Hello everybody and a warm welcome back to Hollywoodbets Kenilworth Racecourse for the preview for upcoming race meeting this Tuesday on the 25th of June, and it certainly looks to be a great card once again. A bit unusual as the past couple of weeks we've been having 9 race cards, 10 race cards all over the race cards, but this time around 8 races on the program, and the first race kicks off at 10 to 1, which means the bipot will start off in race number 1, the place accumulator in race number 2, pitch 6 race 3, and both jackpots 1 and 2 starting off in races 4 and 5 respectively. But before we dive into the preview, one small favor to ask as usual: please make sure to like, follow, subscribe all of Cape Racing social media platforms, especially to our YouTube channel with all of our perfectly placed interviews with our trainers, as well as previews and even panel discussions for the upcoming Hollywoodbets Durban July. Make sure to stay in touch with that, and you certainly do not want to miss out on that, which will come through in the next week or so. But back to matters at hand, the race card for our upcoming Tuesday race meeting. Race number 1, the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth welcomes you juvenile plate over 1,100 meters, and it's a field of 7 runners. Only one runner here is not a winner, and that's the first time a number 4, Tunguska, from the Ricky Main Guard stable. But we're quite confident here, and we think we can start off the bipot with a banker with number 3, World Craft, the daughter of One World. Ashton Aries rides for the Vaughan Marshall stable. Her last start, well, she beat a filly called Rocker Pina by 0.4 of a length, and what an impressive win that was, as Rocker Pina subsequently came out of that run to win by about 4 or 5 lengths and easing up at the line. Worldcraft, based on that run alone, certainly looks to be the one they all have to beat here. Even her debut run, when she finished 5.2 lengths behind Symphony and White, well, from that form line, Kind of Wonderful has now come out to win the Iridescent Stakes over the past weekend, and of course the winner of that race, Symphony and White, obviously went to place in the Alan Robertson Group 1 at Hollywoodbets Scottsville just over a month ago. So Worldcraft, number 3, certainly the one that all have to beat, especially with 57.5 kilograms to shoulder. So the suggested play, race 1 bipot time, banker number 3 Worldcraft in the first leg, by banker number 3, by 4, 5, 7, 9, by 4, 6 and 7, by 2, 3 and 10, by 6 and 10, and that is the suggested bipot play. Race number 2 is the Cape Racing Sales Maiden Plate over 1,000 meters, and the off time is at 25 past 1, and we will banker in the opening leg of the place accumulator with number 3, Maneki Neko from the Candice Bass Robinson stable. Candice certainly looks to have a strong hand on the day. We will touch on her runners later on in the afternoon, but she can kickstart things here with number 3, Maneki Neko. With Alder Demare, the jockey aboard, has finished runner-up in his last 2 starts, beaten 2 3/4 of a length behind Unbaldi in his last start. I do think that he meets a weaker field here, and he should be the one they all have to beat. The biggest danger could be number 9, Approach Shot from the Pete Burter stable, but I think this is the right race for number 3, Maneki Neko, to get things done. So the suggested place accumulator, as it pops up on your screen, banker number 3 in the first leg by 4, 5, 7 and 9, by 4, 6 and 7, by banker 3, by 6 and 10, by 3, 6 and 8, and then by banker 3 in the last leg. Race number 3 is the Cape Turf Club Maiden Plate over 1,200 meters. The off time is at 2 o'clock, and this is the opening leg of the pitch 6. Certainly the bet that we all want to catch, and I think it is a catchable pitch 6 and could actually be the suggested play of the day. But we will start off with our first selection. It is going to be number 4, Iduduletu. Yes, once again, the Candice Bass Robinson team comes into picture here. Last time out, stepped up and tripped to the mile. I think it was a bit too far from him. He drops back and tripped now to 1,200 meters, where arguably his best form has been over. Expect him to be running on late. He is a bit of an each-way shout here, and I think he can finally get it done. He is well overdue, and we have backed him on numerous occasions, but one more chance is given to number 4, Iduduletu, the son of Erupt, to get things right here. The biggest threat could just be the juvenile, number 7, We Have Touchdown, the son of Gimme the Green Light of a Jetmaster mare. Richard Ferree rides for the Justin Snaith stable. Last time out, he was only beaten 0.4 of a length by Air Raid, and Air Raid is running in the first race of the afternoon. So just take note, wherever Air Raid runs in the first race can give confidence for going into race 3 with number 7, We Have Touchdown. And also Kumbra Vieja from that run has since come out to finish second over the weekend. So it is certainly a form line that could be interesting enough to follow in the near future. So number 7, We Have Touchdown, obvious respect. Number 5, Circumbendibus. Well, on debut, he finished 7 lengths behind 8 on 18 and a distant 4th. JP van der Merwe rides with the Glen Cotson stable, and of course 8 on 18 is now the 2024 Lunderman winner over the past weekend. So number 5, Circumbendibus, also must have some healthy respect. Turning over the page, number 9, Green Okra, showed good improvement from his first start to his second start, improving by about 6 or 7 lengths. So that must go into the play. So the first leg of the pitch 6, this is how we're going to structure it. 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9, by 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, by 2, 3, and 10, by 6 and 10, by 3, 6, and 8. And yes, that's right, banker 3 in the last leg of the pick 6. Race number 4 is the Gulf Racing Club Open Maiden over 1600 meters, and the off time's at 25.23. It is the opening leg of Jackpot 1, and this is where I suggested value bet for the day can come in lie here with number 7, Groove Jet from the Justin Snaith stable. JP van der Merwe rides. His last 3 starts have been over 1400 meters. He was a little bit unlucky in his last starts. When they head into the turn, he had a very awkward position on the rail. I think he bumped the rail at one stage and actually was completely lost his momentum heading into the midway of the turn. Now stepping up in Chipper Sana Silvano, he should relish every inch of the extra ground, and I think number 7, Groove Jet, couldn't get things right here. He had the fastest 400 to finish time in his last 2 starts, first time over 1600 meters. There's a lot of boxes being ticked here for number 7, Groove Jet, and he is going to be the first selection. Number 4, Apache Chief, well, he's had 10 starts in the maidens. Hasn't really got it right yet. He has had quite a few unlucky stories here, but his last 3 starts, he's been improving with every single run to date. He should give another good account of himself here. And a runner that came back from a lengthy break last time out, and that was his first run after gelding, was number 11, Black Cherry. A 4-year-old Rafif, lightly raced. He's only had 3 starts to date. His last effort over 1200 meters, certainly not disgraced an open maiden where he was giving the winner 6 kilograms on that occasion. Now second run going over 1600 meters, second run in Cape Town. I think we can look for a lot of improvements here from number 11, Black Cherry. But jackpot time, this is the suggested jackpot play. 4, 6, 7, 10, 11 in the first leg, by 2, 3, and 10, by 6 and 10, by 3, 6, and 8. Race 5, this is the race tape powered by Hollywoodbets Cape C stage. It's over 1600 meters, and the off time is at 10 past 3. And I've fallen into the trap of Alistair Cohen, who tipped this horse a few weeks ago. Number 3, My Bestie. Yes, on paper, certainly looks the right horse here. Once had a highest rating of 104. He has now dropped to a rating of 73. So he's dropped 31 points in the ratings here. Last time out, certainly looked like there's a bit of life left in him. He absolutely took off in the closing stages, had 11 lengths to make up at the 800-meter mark, and he ran on to finish 2.5 lengths behind Culp Forest into third. Third run after rest, he drops in class. Robert Carty, who's been in good form, rides to the Glen Crotson stable. He is going to be the first selection here. But respect for number 2, Fair Advantage, where there has been betting support for him in his last couple of starts. Cornet also rides to the Andre Null stable, and last time out, finished 4.3 lengths behind Green Mandarin. Of course, Green Mandarin from that form line has come out to frank his own form line once again. So certainly number 2, Fair Advantage, must be thrown into the play, as well as number 10, Prime Venture from the Justin Snaith stable. Third run after gelding, and of course that Baton Rouge form line certainly looks to be quite strong at the moment as well. Race number 5, jackpot number 2, leg 1. This is the suggested jackpot 2 play. First leg, we're going to go 2, 3, and 10, by 6 and 10, by 3, 6, and 8, and then banker 3 in the last leg. Race number 6 is the perfectly placed middle stage for fillies and mares over 1400 meters. A really interesting race here, but I think Brett Crawford has a strong hand here with number 6, Princess Izzy, and number 10, Enemy Territory. But we'll start off with number 6, Princess Izzy, the 3-year-old Master of My Fate filly. Luiam Cropper rides here. She's a 3-time winner from 11 starts. Has only had the 1 start over track and trip where she won, and that was back on the 6th of April where she beat stable companion Enemy Territory at level weights. There's no weight turnaround this time round, so Princess Izzy should have the beating of stable companion number 10 Enemy Territory once again. Her last start in the Stormsflay Stakes, she was beaten 3.7 lengths into 4th by Red Palace. She certainly has the strongest form in this field, and I think number 6 Princess Izzy is going to be the one they all have to beat. Obvious respect for number 10, Enemy Territory, as we've touched on, but her last start was over 1,200 meters in a sprint behind Southern Skies, and Nordic Quest has come out to frank that form line just on the weekend as well. So Enemy Territory really finishing off her race strongly, now steps up to 1,400 meters. She just has to beat the wide draw to be competitive here. So we are quite confident with number 6 and 10. If you are in the camp of number 2, School Policy, I don't blame you. She's won 3 of her last 4 starts. You must respect number 3, Fun Zone. Both of them raced and met each other back on the 21st of May, where School Policy beat number 3, Fun Zone, by half a length. For that half a length beating, number 3 Fun Zone is 4.5 kilograms better off at the weight. It's a huge weight turnaround. So respect for number 3 Fun Zone to finish in the quartet ahead of number 2 School Policy. The only problem with number 3 Fun Zone and why I don't tip her a bit higher is that she's only a 2-time winner from the 23 career start. She struggles to get her head down where it is needed most. But the suggested play is going to be the swinger, the Brett Crawford swinger, 6 and 10 for the running of race number 6. Race number 7 is the Taking the Reins Cape B stage over 1400 meters. Quite a weird off time here at 22 past 4, but this is the penultimate race of the afternoon. Once again, we are going to be tipping number 8 Call Me Dietrich from the Candice Bass Robinson stable. Anthony Andrews is the jockey aboard. A really nice filly, this daughter of Versing Dietrich, the 3-time winner from 10 career starts. And she comes from that School Policy form line. So once again, we've got a line form here to work with. School Policy in the previous race with Fun Zone, wherever they finish, can give us a bit of confidence heading into race number 7 with number 8, Call Me Dietrich. 3 starts over track and trip and has had 2 wins as well as a third. So she's yet to finish outside the first 3. She's the best weighted horse in this race. Of course, she claims the sex allowance, taking on the boys. So number 8, Call Me Dietrich, is a strong first selection. Followed by number 3, Aspet. And if you are going with Aspet, I can't blame you. He's won his last 4 starts. It really is a rags to riches tale with the son of Global View, where everything was going wrong for him. But he certainly turned the corner, and I'm sure all the connections with number 3, Aspet, are certainly over the moon. Over course and distance, 8 starts, 4 wins, and 2 thirds. Richard Ferree rides for the in-form Vaughan Marshall stable. So number 3, Aspet, has to go into the play as well. Number 6, Oliver, Grant Van Niekerk and Adam Marcus team up here. Dropped him in trip in his last 2 starts, where he did win in his penultimate start over 1200 meters. Last time out, not too sure what went wrong. Awkward, slow, and was checked by the vets, but nothing was detected. Course and distance, that's 6 starts, 5 seconds, and he has met Aspet on a few occasions, and Aspet has had to get the better of number 6 Oliver on those occasions. So obvious respect for number 6 Oliver. This is a race where it's really game and gutsy horses and honest horses that you love to see racing coming into the track and meeting each other in the same race here. So really looking forward to race number 7, and the suggested play is going to be a boxed exacta with the numbers 3, 6 and 8. 8th and final race of the afternoon is the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Class 5 over 1100 meters, and the off time is at 5:25. This is where the suggested best bet of the day, number 3 Shifting Path from the Pete Boertse stable. Liam Cock was the jockey aboard. Second in his last start. He was a winner in his penultimate start and finished second before that as well. So he certainly brings the best form to the table by quite a way, and drops in class here. This is probably the weakest field, with all due respect to all the other runners, that he's ever going to face. And I think number 3 Shifting Path in a class 5, he certainly stands out as one of the best bets on the card. So the suggested play to close off the race meeting, have a go, full wins on number 3 Shifting Path. And this concludes our race meeting preview for the upcoming Tuesday, 25th of June meeting. It certainly looks to be a profitable day's racing ahead. If you are going to be in the area, make sure to come down to Hollywoodbets Kenilworth Racecourse. Bring your family. Great day out here, and certainly hope to see you here at the races this Tuesday, 25th of June.